What's your law firm's disaster plan, right? What is it when things happen to either you, to your law firm, to your business, or to the world around you? If we think back a few years ago, COVID taught us that disasters come in all ways, shapes, and forms. And so having a disaster plan that maybe if you're the sole owner, you have somebody to take it over. What does that really look like? And let me get something straight. A disaster plan is different than a succession plan. A succession plan should really be there to avoid a disaster. But with a disaster plan, you really want to look at, do you have your data together? Do you have it all somewhere? Logins, password, financial, anything else? And do you have the systems in place, right, that somebody else can step into your shoes or whatever needs to be done that they can carry forward, that they have delegated access, right, to carry that forward for you to keep the firm running, to keep the clients taken care of, to keep things being paid, right? Everything else that needs to be done in a law firm. And then do you have the team? Do you have that delegated access, that team that can step in? Do you have another attorney, whether it's inside the firm or outside the firm, that can really come over and step into your shoes? Is there a team that can take over for you? And do you have technology? There's so many great things like password managers, just, cloud-based storage, different things like that, that can really help you gather all this information into a disaster folder, into something that somebody can access. But it is and should be part of an active communication. Just naming somebody on a form is not a disaster plan. Just asking somebody to step in is not a disaster plan. Truly, it should be an active communication that's updated and everything else, just like estate planning, other disaster planning that we have. Make sure that it's an active part of your practice because we see it. We see attorneys that life happens, something happens to the business, something happens to them, their health, otherwise, to a spouse's health. They have to step away. So having a solid disaster plan. And if you're to that point where you're like, forget a disaster plan, I want to sell, great. Do that. Still have a short-term disaster plan, start gathering that data, but definitely going through the sale process will start to put all this in place for you. So it should start to put your disaster plan in place and then eventually solve it by having a new buyer or owner for your practice. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tom Lenfestey with the Law Practice Exchange. Give us a like or a follow and follow along for more info on buying, selling, valuing law firms in the marketplace. Thanks so much.